Yes, hello, welcome on into 11 Sports, here for the one season challenge with Sheffield United. If you missed the last episode, go and have a look at it. It was a pretty good one. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, hit that subscribe button for more daily Football Manager content. Just now, it's a one season challenge with Sheffield United. I nearly said all those words correctly, but there will be more stuff coming once we finish this one season challenge. And as you can see, we've played 31 games in this league season, so the one season challenge is very nearly over. We started off trying to avoid relegation with Sheffield United, because that's what they did in real life. They were relegated, so we tried to avoid that, and it turns out we did pretty well. Our secondary objective was to try and get in the top 10, which it looks like we're succeeding. And then as we worked our way through the season, I thought maybe we could get European football, and they are the places we are currently in at the moment, sitting in 7th with a game in hand over Wolves. Should we win that by 7 goals, we'll go ahead of them. I don't imagine we will, because we play against Chelsea and Tottenham today. But very, very successful so far, this one season challenge. Hopefully we can hang on to this European spot over the next 7 matches. As you can see from the player stats, Musa has scored a few more goals since you were last with us. He's on 21 for the season now, second top scorer, behind only Anthony Martial, who scored 25. And let's have a look at the results that we've had since we last saw each other. So last time we met, we beat Crystal Palace 4-2 and Newcastle 2-0. Well, since then, we've managed to pick up 7 points. A draw away to West Ham was our first game. Did not play well in that one. Lucky to get the draw. Ryan Brewster had come back from injury in that game, and he scored himself a lovely goal on his return. Leeds was our next game up, and Musa scored 2, Brewster got 1, and we won that game 3-1. A very, very good performance. It's worth noting that just after the Newcastle game in training, Ollie McBurney, who had returned from injury for the game against Crystal Palace and Newcastle, he managed to tear his hamstring. So he's out injured again through this spell. So that's why we had Ryan Brewster playing, because he just recovered from his 4-month-long knee ligament injury. So we had him back, and he scored goals in that West Ham game and in that Leeds game. We then played against Liverpool, and yeah, you'll have noticed that we won 4-2 against Liverpool. A hat-trick from Musa, a goal from Brewster. So you can see Musa and Brewster scoring all our goals. No surprise there. 2 goals from Sadio Mane in that one as well, but we won that game in the end quite comfortably, 4-2. I'll be honest, Liverpool had more chances, but we had more goals, and that's what really matters in that game. And we followed that up with a game against Man United. We managed, the last time we played Man United, to beat them 1-0 thanks to a goal from Ben Osborne. This time round, they were just too good for us. We did not play well at all. Martial with 2, and Rashford with 1. And it leaves us 2 tough games, one against Chelsea, one against Tottenham. And initially, Tottenham were ahead of us in 6th position in the league when we were going to be playing these games, but they've been in a horrendous run of form recently, and they actually find themselves below us in the league table, and it's Wolves who are up in 6th at the moment. So that game against Tottenham, no longer is it one to try and overtake them, it's one to try and stay ahead of them at this moment in time. But before we get to that Tottenham game, we have to play up against Chelsea, who are currently in 4th position, having only lost 6 games all season. Let's see if we can make that 7. So I already mentioned that McBurney injured himself again. He's coming back from injury again at the moment, not quite fully fit, but he'll be on the bench. Another injury we do have, which is very annoying, out for the rest of the season, is Sander Berg. He's out for up to 3 months with a torn hamstring, both of them tearing hamstrings. I don't know what we're doing, but we keep injuring players with their muscles, so maybe they need to... I need to sort the training out slightly so they stop doing that. But Sander Berg's been very important to us this year. Maybe his ratings don't suggest that, but he's had 3 goals, 7 assists, 2 player of the match. He's 6.89 average rating. He's been very good in the middle of the field for us, but it just means that John Fleck is going to have to take over for the rest of the season. You can see his form in recent matches. It's a 7.12, so he's doing not too bad deputising in there. But it does mean we've lost some depth now in that midfield area. Say Billy Sharp is out injured as well. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last episode, but he is out for the next few months as well, which means we don't have him, we don't have Berg, but everyone else should be coming back to fitness. For this game, we don't have Ampadu because he's playing against his parent club here, so he can't play. So that means we've had to make a little change to the team, and the team looks like this. Ramsdale in goal, Egan, who's coming in for Ampadu, playing at centre-back, alongside Chambers and O'Connell. Baldock and Stephen at wing-back. Norwood, Lundstrom and Fleck in midfield, obviously with injury to Berg, and Brewster alongside Mousset up front. McBurney's there to come off the bench if we need him. I'm not sure who to start, McBurney or Brewster, because McBurney was playing really well before his injury, but Brewster was playing well before his, and then Brewster's been playing really well since he's come back from his injury. So it's not something I was imagining we'd have, a problem of picking strikers because they were all too good. But all I know for a fact is Mousset will definitely be starting, and it'll be either Brewster or McBurney to partner him. Today it is Brewster, and let's get into this game against Chelsea. Let's see if we can win it. I'm imagining this episode might be slightly difficult to watch. I don't imagine we're going to win any of these two games, but saying that, we've beaten sides who are better than us before. We've already beaten Man City, Man United and Liverpool this season, and we'll see what we can do in this game. Chelsea already with 2 yellow cards for their 2 centre-halves, which is interesting indeed in the first and second minute. And Pulisic switches the ball to Ziyech here, back to Zuma, who's on that yellow as I mentioned. He gets challenged, but he plays the ball into Kante, and Fleck clears the ball away. James is filled in at centre-half when Zuma is too far forward there. Kante over to Havertz, Abraham and Werner. And Werner to Havertz, and the ball switched, aimed for James I assume, but Stevens intercepts it and Zuma heads it away. Havertz with it, playing in central midfield, it looks like. James on this right hand side swings the ball into the box. Werner heads it, and that's an unusual occurrence in real life. Timo Werner actually scoring a goal. I don't think I've ever seen that happen in real life. You let me know if you have in the comments below, but he scored his 17th of the season here. A very nicely worked goal from Chelsea here. 6 minutes in, the ball swung in just over the head of Chambers, it looks like, in the defence, and Werner gets himself a goal. Chelsea's first shot, and they score a goal. And Chelsea have got the ball again on this right hand side. James with the throw, and he switches the play toward Pulisic, but Baldock intercepts it, and Mousset breaks away with the ball. Past Thiago Silva, can he finish? No, it's gathered by Mendy. A good breakaway chance there, but not quite good enough to get us a goal. And maybe we need to put a little bit more pressure on these two centre halves if they're both on yellows. Corner kick swung in by Norwood toward the middle. It's headed away, and James can break away. It's a 2-on-2. Pulisic with it now. Can he get past Baldock? Yes, he can. Into the box. Well, he shoots. A good challenge from Baldock. Brilliant from Pulisic, says the stuff in the bottom, but I didn't think it was that good, to be honest. Throw in from the left. Azpilicueta finds Havertz and Kante, who's in acres of space. Tammy Abraham. Back to Kante, and he drives forward. Stevens intercepts, and Norwood clears, and Brewster on it. He gets past Zuma. Can he score a goal here? Ryan Brewster, yes, he can. His 8th goal of the season, and he brings us back level here up against Chelsea. We've had more of the ball, and now we've had the same amount of shots, and similar expected goals. It's actually been a fairly even game according to the stats. Most of the highlights we've seen have been Chelsea's, but Brewster gets past Zuma there, and he makes it equal, and it's been a fairly equal game according to the stats, as I say. And I suppose it's only fair that we're equal at the moment. We've got the throw-in on that right-hand side that was taken. And Lundstrom has it now. Finds Brewster. Finds Fleck. And Baldock's got space. If he can find him on the right-hand side, he drives across the field. Finds Stevens instead, who's in acres of space. Finds Lundstrom. Gets challenged. And Ziyech clears the ball to Pulisic and Havertz, who drives forward. Fleck with a great challenge. Norwood plays it forward toward Brewster, who's through. Can he score? Oh, what a save from Mendy in the Chelsea goal. He was one-on-one with Ryan Brewster. And it just wasn't a goal. A great save from Mendy. Oh, it was straight at him though. But he made himself big, and that's what you've got to do as a goalkeeper. And it's still 1-1 as we get toward half time here. And Mousset's got the ball here, and we're breaking away on this right hand side. Mousset drives infield past Thiago Silva, hits it, and is saved by Mendy. Another good save from him. I tell you, we've got a lot of chances here. We're just not making them pay. Norwood with the corner. It's swung and it's headed away by Tammy Abraham. 6 shots, 6 on target. That's very good efficiency, but we need to be scoring more than just the one. And we have been outplaying them so far. Is that fair to say? Maybe slightly exaggerating that, isn't it, to say we're outplaying them, but we're certainly playing well, and it's 1-1 as we leave half time. Free kick from Pulisic swung in, it's headed by Zuma, and Zuma's got himself his 2nd goal of the season. Disappointing indeed that we concede from a set piece here. They just actually have more attackers at the back post there, and he gets up above Chambers, and the Arsenal loanee into us doesn't get there before Zuma, and Zuma gets himself a goal. We're going to make some subs here. Lundstrom will come off. We'll bring on who? Fosu Mensah, I think that seems about right. Stevens is not playing well. We'll bring on Brian for him. And we'll take off Ryan Brewster, who is having a good game, but we'll bring on Ollie McBurney for him for the last 20 minutes and see what we can do. There is a highlight thrown in by Brian here on the left-hand side. Played forward toward McBurney, but Zuma cuts it out. And James has it now. Back to Zuma. Back to James. They're playing nice football here. Chelsea have changed to 3 in midfield now. Orsolini cuts in field. He's been signed by Chelsea. Switches it to Pulisic. Drives in field. Oh, what a goal from Christian Pulisic. That is a deserved winner. I don't imagine we're going to come back now. What a goal from Pulisic. The curve on that ball was just absolutely brilliant. And you can see here, Pulisic comes infield. What a shot. No chance for the keeper. And Chelsea up 3-1. Chelsea just showing their class here, I think, how they are just that class above us, unfortunately. There's a free kick going to be taken by Orsolini, and it's in the goal list. 4th of the season for Chelsea. They go up 4-1. Ends up being a bit of an annihilation. I think that's a bit harsh compared to what the stats show and how the game's been. I think 2 or 3-1 would have been perfectly fair. But Chelsea have come away 4-1 victors. A very painful, disappointing result for us there. Not a good team talk either. We'll just move on and pretend it didn't happen. We're now 10 goal difference worse off than Wolves, which is going to make it very difficult to overtake them if we're on even points, which means we need to get above them should we actually want to overtake them, which could be quite difficult. Tottenham do have a game in hand on us. I imagine they'll play that over this weekend, and then when we come to play Tottenham in just a moment's time, they could actually be ahead of us, which is not ideal. But we'll see you for that Tottenham game in just a minute. Right, so here we are, just getting ready for the game against Tottenham. Tottenham did win their game in hand. That means they're ahead of us going into this. If we lose, there's a chance West Ham might overtake us as well, should they beat Leeds. And we drop down to 9th, and we can't be having that. So we will need to try and get a victory against Tottenham today to get back into 7th position. And here is the team for that game up against Tottenham. Ramsdale in goal, Ampadu, Chambers and O'Connell at the back, Baldock and Stevens out on the wing-back positions, Norwood, Lundstram and Fleck in midfield, and McBurney partnering Musse today. I feel bad that Brewster's not playing because he has been playing well recently, but McBurney's come back from injury. Let's see how he can do. If he doesn't perform, we know we've got Brewster on the bench. So here we go, we're in our red and white stripes. Spurs are in their kind of weird dark bluey green colour. And there's a corner early on for us. Norwood swings it in. Musse at the back post. Held on to comfortably by Lloris there. And let's see what happens. We've got 4 folk very far forward there. For some reason, pushing right onto their defenders. And Fleck plays in Musse. And Musse's missed twice in the space of about 10 seconds there. And we're down. I say down, no. We're still 0-0. Not down 0-0. 0-0 is a draw. And Reguilon's got the ball on the left-hand side for Tottenham here. Going past Baldock. Can we stop the ball getting into the box? Lo Celso, Reguilon swings it over. It goes all the way to Doherty, who drives forward and hits it. And that's over the bar. 12 minutes gone. Couple of chances so far. Not been any highlights since the last one we saw, but there is one now, and Enda Stevens has got himself sent off. Ideal. So we're going to have to change the formation a little bit. We'll take off McBurney and bring on Keane Bryan to cover in that left wing back position, confirm that change, and that means we're going to be playing with just the one up front now. This is suddenly went from a game that we'd be looking to try and get a win at to a game that we're just going to try and hold on. We're going to change our defensive mentality, as you always should do when you go down to 10 men, especially when you're against a team that's as good as or even better than you. Yeah, you can't be playing in an attacking or a balanced mentality. It says to set it to very defensive, but I disagree with that. You just kind of invite pressure on if you do that. At least with defences, you've got a chance that you might get a breakaway goal. And Norwood swings in the corner and we've scored from it. Jack O'Connell with his first goal of the season. And what a time to get it here when we're down to 10 men. We are now up 1-0. Good ball in from Norwood to the back post. Then I mean, there's 2 defenders around him. I don't know how O'Connell's got there, but he has. And we've scored a goal. And that is 1-0 to us with 20 minutes to go. And there's a highlight here for us. Chambers has got the ball from Ramsdale, finds Baldock into Norwood. Nice patient build-up. Baldock again. Up to Musse. Remember, we don't have a left forward, so if it goes to Brian, he's all by himself out there, and he is all by himself. What's he going to do? Tries to get past his man. Will he swing it in? He does, and flex on the edge of the box. Oh, and he has a headed chance, and it's just over the top of the bar. What an effort. Amazing that we're on a defensive mentality, yet still we are having chances. Off comes Fleck, possibly. I think we'll do that, yeah. And on comes Ben Osborne, and I think we should probably bring on somebody else in midfield for Lundstrom, who's a little bitty tired, and Fosu Mensah can come on for him. Just 5 minutes to go now, and there's a free kick for Tottenham. Lamela swings it in. Dyer heads it on. Baldock clears back to Dyer. He hits it. Oh, what a goal from Eric Dyer. You can't complain, I suppose, if you concede a goal as good as that, but it really wasn't very well defended. The ball swung in here from Lamela, as you can see, and nobody tracks Dyer. He heads it, and Baldock just heads it straight back out to Dyer, and nobody gets out to him. He's in acres of space. He hits it. It's a good strike. And Ramsdale can't hold on to it. There's 4 minutes added time, and we can't concede another one here. It'd be horrible to lose this game like this, but we have held on for a 1-1 draw. Not bad after getting a man sent off in the first half. I did notice, though, that West Ham had won their game, which means they do go above us in the league, unfortunately. Yes, they do. They beat Leeds 3-1, which means we are now 1 point behind West Ham and Tottenham, 3 points behind Wolves. But we are 5 points clear of Everton, who are in 10th at the moment. Well, that's been a bit of a disappointing episode, hasn't it? Losing to Chelsea 4-1 and then drawing with Tottenham 1-1 after getting a man sent off leaves us in 9th position, which, I mean, if you told me at the start of the season we'd be 9th, I'd be perfectly happy with that. But the way we've been playing, I'd really have liked us to get in that top 7. There's still a chance because our next 5 games are a lot easier than the ones we've just played. We've managed to get ourselves 4 points from those 4 games against those tough sides. And now we play against West Brom in 19th, Southampton in 18th, Brighton in 16th, Wolves who are in 6th, and Burnley in 20th. We're playing 4 of the bottom 5 in the next 5 games, as well as against Wolves, who are directly competing with us for one of these European places. This is crunch time. These are the games we should be winning in an attempt to get us into those European places, and you will get to see every single one of them. West Brom and Southampton in the next episode, and then a triple header to finish the season. I tell you what, this could be a very exciting end to this campaign. This one season challenge, it could have been very boring had we just kind of been mid-table not doing anything. It's getting very exciting right at the end of the season, and as I say, you'll get to watch it the whole way along. So if you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like on it. It really does help out the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You know, you've got more of this one season challenge coming along, and who knows, maybe another one season challenge will follow this one. Spoiler, there definitely is going to be another one season challenge with somebody else, so subscribe for that. And the next episode up against West Brom and Southampton, 2 games we need to win to keep our European hopes alive. Until that one, I'll see you then.